how I became a feminist and why it is one of the reasons why our marriage crashed. Hi guys, good afternoon. You're welcome back again to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be sharing how my ex-husband accused me of becoming a feminist, how I became a feminist, and why it is one of the reasons why our marriage crashed. And in fact, a lot of people have heard this particular story. A lot of people who eventually reached out to me to tell me things, to tell me about what they heard. This is one of the things that they complained that my ex-husband, they said my ex-husband complained about, that I joined a feminist group and even became their leader at some point. And that was why I no longer submitted to him. That was why I became very stubborn and unsubmissive to him in the marriage. So, and it's one of the reasons why he can no longer put up with me. And you guys, I am here to share my story, my own part of the story, and then debunk it at the same time. So, in case you guys don't know what feminist is, you guys can, or feminism, you can go Google it to get a clearer understanding. But from what I found out, feminist is the... in fact, just go and Google it, okay? But just know that it's the equality of both men and women. And as much as personally I'm a Christian and I believe in the Bible, I study the Bible, I know that in God's eyes, both men and women are equal, because there's no particular sin now that men are free to do and women are not free to do. You understand? We are all equal when it comes to God's eyes. When in this race for everlasting life, everybody is equal, whether you're a man or you're a woman. Nobody is higher than one. There's never been a situation where they say, okay, this woman, because you're a woman, you committed this thing, you should be put to death instantly, and then the man can go scot-free. No, there's nothing like that. In God's eyes, we are all equal. That is why all of us too has the hope of everlasting life. All of us have that privilege. So it's not like one has a higher ranking than the other. However, when it comes to marriage, there is something called headship. Because normally there can't be two captains in one ship, Abby. So there has to be one who is the akatobi, the authority, the number one, and then there has to be other one who are subordinates, who are under this person. Okay. So when it comes to marriage, one has to be the head, and man is the head of a marriage. Now bear in mind that another man from another marriage cannot come and be my head. If I am not married, there's no man that is my head. You understand now? But then some men are beginning to see it, because this thing is in marriage. They think it is in all ramification of life. It means that for the fact that a man is your head, a man is your head, a man is a woman's head, whether she's married to him or not. As long as he's a man, I am supposed to submit to him. Lie, that's not it. I can only submit to my husband. You understand? So I just want to make it clear now, because some men don't abuse this thing. So when they hear this feminism thing or feminist thing, they start thinking about it in a different dimension and everything. But now, this is not to say that I actually joined the feminist group and became a feminist. Now, how did I join this group, or how did I become a feminist? So back in 2012, that was when I joined this Facebook group called FEA. Females in Africa. I don't know if you know about that Facebook group. It's called FIA. FIA is the abbreviation for Females in Africa. There's this other group called FIN, Females in Nigeria. But then it has gone global. It now become Females in. Before it was Females in Nigeria, but now it is Females in. That INN, so FIN. So, but the particular one that actually he got to know about was the FIA own, the Females in Africa. Now, the female in, let me give you instance. The female in was the one that was even actively supporting. And that one is where women come to share their stories, their unique stories individually. I don't know if you know about the group. If you know about the group, you can testify. In that particular group, until when I left, because the Facebook account I was using to log into those groups were scammed and hacked and disabled and deleted. So I lost access to those groups. But I'm telling you, when I was in those groups, Finn, we just share our stories, unique stories. People who are great writers, we just share their stories. And the good thing about the group is that you have to share your own story. You cannot tell anybody's stories, and nobody's allowed to take those stories outside the group. You understand? Now, even though there are still people that still do it, you understand, but then it's okay. Now, fear is another group, but not as strict as the one, not as FEM. So fear is females in Africa, like I said, and in that group, people just share motherhood stories, their pregnancy journeys, their delivery stories, how marriage has been dealing with them, people who recently got married, just women's stories generally. We just come and share our stories, just talk about things, encourage one another, learn from each other. Sometimes there are times when teach tutorials, when somebody will just come out and teach how to make so many things, how to make liquid soap, how to make dye, how to make Izal, all these things. You understand? So that was what we were doing in that group. We never discussed anything about feminism or how we can overthrow men or even become men leaders or anything. There was no kind of such things there. Another thing that was kind of discussed there was, SEX tutorials. You just say, look at things you can do to do this one, things you can do to do that one. Sorry about the noise. So people who are equally trying to conceive, you see them share either stories of how they finally conceived. We just encourage one another. Women, married women. It was just we married women. You understand? So we encourage one another. We teach one another. We share ideas. So after some time, they started having meetups. You get meetups. So in the group, because it's a Facebook group, we were over 500 and something members, 1,000 members that time. So they now started sharing groups by group. So people in Lagos can arrange a meet and greet, people in Abuja can arrange a hangout, people in Enugu, people in different parts of the country. So now people in Aba decided to have this meet and greet as well, to meet up and talk, meet up. So, and it was a very fun idea, because personally I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't working, I was just idle, and the things they were teaching there was equally helping me. People who were equally going through the same thing, we were all encouraging each other and stuff, you understand? So finally we arranged for this meet and greet, or this hangouts in the Aba group. So, and then we went for the first meeting. We usually do it either once a month. The first time we went, we didn't cook, but we bought drinks, bought snacks, and we all ate. All these women, see, both young women, older women, matured women, intelligent women, hardworking women, lawyers, doctors, women in their different capacities, you understand? All of us gathered and we just had fun. We played. Nobody even discussed how to cheat or how to push a man down, or everything we discussed: how to support a man, how to support your husband, things you can be doing to build your marriage, So that was what we were doing at those hangouts. So we have our drinks, we put song music, and everybody will dance. We played ball, we played so many fun activities. This kind of activities helps to lighten women's load, mental load, because we all know how tedious it is to be a wife, to be a mother, to take care of the home, to really be working. For those who that were working at the time, it was really, really mentally draining, and a lot of all that. So this was an avenue for us to just come and be happy, drink, play, and then still go back to our different worlds. And then if there are any women who gave birth or who were pregnant, we all plan, buy things to contribute money, buy things to go give these women, to encourage them. That was what we were doing in that group. I'm going to put the pictures of the group, the pictures I took then. I was wearing we had a uniform, orange color with FIA boldly written on the chest, you understand? Sorry, this camera is shaking. So that was the only thing we were doing. Had it been it was a secret group, or had it been we were saying something very terrible, do you think I would have boldly come out here, post the pictures even in my Facebook account that time? I wouldn't have even let him know that I belonged to such kind of groups. But because everything we were even saying or discussing there was, was just women thing. And then, boom, he said that he doesn't want me to join that group. He doesn't want me to be in that group anymore. He doesn't want me to attend any of those things. I said, now wow, he don't even get anyone where even want me make I do for this my life. Why is you isolating me like this? I am not allowed to mingle. I'm not allowed to associate with even fellow married women. What is it? Haven't you done enough? If you're hearing any background noise, please, I'm really sorry. This is midterm break, so the children are at home and doing their thing. So that was it. That was how I joined a feminist group. That was how I became a feminist, my people. Now, so we never discussed anything of how to unthrone or be outthrone a man, how to not submit to any man, how to not submit to your husband. Everything we were even there was how to support a man, how to make a man happy, how to make a man come back, how to do this. Everything was even about man, how to please man. Yeah, if you ask me, how to support, because all the how to DIYs that we were learning, how to make liquid soap, how to do Vaseline, how to do Izal, how to do the toe, all these things I know how to do them. I have my jot I still here. I wrote everything down. We learned how to do all those things. That was how I learned how to do majority of the things I know how to do now. And then we just come out of nowhere and said I should stop, which I eventually stopped, you guys. I eventually stopped. I stopped attending the meetings. I stopped. They kept calling me, what is going on now? You don't attend meetings anymore. Is everything all right? I couldn't even tell them why I couldn't attend the meetings, because it is going to sound somehow. And then years later, this thing I'm saying now happened as I joined the group in 2012, if I'm not mistaken, that 2012/2013. I got married 2014, and then 2014 when I got married, and then 2015, 2017, I've already given birth to my 2 children. That was when we now started the meeting part, the meet and greet, the hangout part, because all this time we were just doing our thing as Facebook group people, talk, and nobody knew nobody until I think 2017 ending. 2017, that was when we started the meetings. I even at one video, I'm going to try and include it here, I attended the meeting with my first daughter. Yes, I attended the meeting with my first. I'm going to get the clips and put it here so you guys can see it. I attended the meeting with my first daughter with that I was still wearing the uniform, you understand? So there was nothing. If, to be honest, I'm a Bible student. I'm not saying that I know everything, but even the ones I feel like I don't know, all I need to do is just go research on that topic, and I'll get the information I need. I'll get everything I need about it. You get? So I will not stay where they'll be telling me do not submit to your husband, or when your husband says this, say no. When your husband says this, say no. I cannot join such groups based on my Bible-based principles, on things I've learned, my spirituality. I cannot join such groups. So had it been maybe when I joined and these are the kind of conversations that was had there, or they were having, to be honest, I'll just leave the group. I don't even need to talk. I'll just gently leave. But it was because everything that we were discussing there was just general things that you can do even as a woman, because they were encouraging that even though you're not working, you need to have a skill. Learn these things so that you can even stay in your house and be preparing this thing and be selling and be making money. So which was why I even joined in the first place, because these are the things they were training, they were teaching, which at the time you'd have to pay a lot of money to go and learn it. It's not now that all this knowledge are kind of rampant and everywhere. If you just search for it, you'll find them. But at the time, this knowledge were not rampant. So for you to even get the knowledge, you would have to pay. And look at it, I'm getting it at a very cheap, like at no cost. I was getting this information and training. You understand? But then he insisted I should not. So please, all the people that he has been telling this bullshit, that I joined a feminist group, I became a feminist, he's lying. All these things was his claim, or his, to kind of subdue me and isolate me. Something that happened since 2017. How come? And I left the group. I left the group. And then later years, in when again did we even get this divorce something? 2020, maybe 2019. Now group where I joined since 2012. Now I come make us divorce in 2019/2020. You guys, this is just to say that, you see, narcissistic people, when they start their smear campaign, they make sure that make sure that they smear your name, smear you every single place, everywhere. They make sure they do these things. And when you start giving it back to them with the same energy, it depends them for body. So, which is why I've decided to come back here and start, all those lies has been heaping on me, to debunk every single one of them. I'm going to make sure I debunk every single one of them. I'm going to debunk every single one of them. So if he's going to get hurt by it, it's none of my business. It's his business. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you in my next video.